Let's be honest, we all talk to our pets at home. Some of us more than others, depending on how lonely you are. And though we would all like to believe our dogs understood all the hot tea we've spilled to them, simply put, they don't speak English. But while we may not speak the same language, that doesn't mean there are no ways to understand and communicate with our furry friends. I've worked as a veterinary nurse for 4 years, handling and treating pretty much any little or big creature you can think of. In all that time, I've never been bitten by a patient. Minus a hamster, but they're just really, really mean, so I don't count it. What has prevented me from obtaining these injuries is the ability to read a patient's body language, which is one of the most important parts of my job. Many of us have beloved pets ourselves, and as pet parents, we all share the simple desire of providing a comfortable and safe environment for our pets and those around them. Knowing how to read a dog's body language is vital in maintaining your pet's safety and comfort, as well as others, both inside and outside the home. So today, I'm going to explain to you exactly how to do just that, in hopes of preventing those of you who are here today from being involved with an unfortunate and avoidable incident. Prior to working in the veterinary field, I had no idea just how many dangerous incidences occurred with pets. Having been in it for multiple years, dealing with countless patients involving bites, fights, or attacks, I now know how common and how avoidable these situations are. To put some things into perspective, a statistic published by the American Veterinary Medical Association states that over 4.5 million people are bitten by dogs each year in the US. Mind you, those are only the ones that are reported. But why are there so many? Well, dogs bite or attack for multiple reasons, the most common being a reaction to something surprising or frightening. Defending or protecting even the most docile dogs may be urged to bite if their family, territory, or belongings are threatened. In some cases, a dog may respond this way due to pain or discomfort. I'm sure you would be angry too if someone was messing with your injured leg or perhaps a wound. The good news is that many of these circumstances are easily preventable, and it's all in education. It's up to us to learn how to responsibly interact with these animals, create a safe environment for them, and know when conditions may become tense or dangerous. Before diving into the full details of body language, I would like to mention an incredibly important rule of thumb. No matter how cute that little dog looks, never approach a dog you don't know. If the dog is leashed, first consult the owner about their pet before any attempted introduction. If it's a stray or wandering dog, it's best to steer clear or contact animal control. Now that we all know this, let's learn a little bit about the canine language. So where does one begin to understand such a language? Luckily for us, dogs are incredibly expressive, meaning you don't have to be an expert to know what your pet is trying to convey. Each of us humans have our own particular fears, traumas, and anxieties, and we all deal with them in our own special ways. Dogs are no different in this sense. Learning what your pet's triggers and reactions to said triggers is essential in maintaining peace wherever you may go. Figuring out what your dog's or other dogs' triggers are takes time and patience and a whole lot of observation. Though this is true, the benefits of doing so are tremendous. When reading a dog's body language, though it's important you're reading their body as a whole, there are certain things you'll want to pay close attention to. As I previously stated, dogs are quite expressive, particularly with their ears, eyes, mouth, and tail. All of these shift and tell us the most about an animal's emotional state in times of discomfort, distress, and at rest. I'm going to detail what each of these areas may present as when a dog is content, nervous, or upset. Now, starting with the good, when a dog is happy or comfortable, you'll see a nice relaxed smile, ears are laying naturally, no darting of the eyes or intense dilation of the pupils, tail is joyfully wagging. If it's a pit bull, beware the tail at peak excitement, as it often becomes a weapon, which we like to call happy tail in the vet industry. And if a dog is gladly approaching you rather than avoiding, that's a very good sign. I do recommend you always let the dog approach first, no matter the body language. Now, if a dog begins to tuck its tail between the legs, lick or yawn excessively, droop its ears down, overtly avoid eye contact or lower its head and turn away, that dog is trying to tell you that they are scared, stressed, or uncomfortable. Now, if a dog begins to stiffen in the body and tail, ears become upright and alert or firmly pinned back, pupils heavily dilate with direct eye contact, mouth tightens with teeth exposed, we've got our hackles up, not all dogs do this, or begin vocalizing through growling, snarling, or barking, that dog is giving a final warning. If the stressors or pets are not removed from the situation, an incident is very likely to occur. With all this being said, you can't always predict what a dog may or may not do. Always handle animals with caution and care, and never leave a dog and child alone without supervision. These are the basics of dog body language, but remember that every dog has a different personality with specific triggers. Use this information to further understand your own special dogs and the dogs around you so that you can avoid these conflicts and live a far more harmonious lifestyle with your furry family members. Treating patient after patient, it's easy for me to become frustrated or hopeless with so many cases like this. But upon further research, I realized just how easily one can be educated on such a topic and how many disasters can be prevented by such. As dogs remain to be an essential part of our lives and families, risks of incidents occurring will always be present. The only way we can lessen the chances of conflict is by learning to understand their form of communication and using that to make our homes and communities safer and happier. Conflicts with dogs are heavily present in our society, but many are also incredibly avoidable. By learning to decipher a dog's body language, we can figure out how to create a far safer environment, both in and out of our homes, for furry friends and the people around us. Our dogs do so much for us, offering companionship and unconditional love. The least we can do is try to understand them better so that we can provide a comforting and loving home, just as they do for us.